This is a kind of intermediate level flow class. It assumes some basic asana understanding. But if you're newer to yoga, I don't want you to be afraid. We're going to focus on glute medius strengthening, and then kind of especially as it relates to how we're upside down. Pressing upside down, a couple arm balances. And so we're really going to integrate the core with the outer hips, which I know sounds different. And so it should be fun. So what you'll need today is two blocks or two big fat books. What we're going to work on is some pressing into handstand. What the blocks are going to be used for is to get the hips over the shoulders. So anything that can get your feet elevated so that you can get your hips over your shoulders is fine. Some people might use a couch. That's perfect. You're just going to be a little bit higher and should make it a little easier. All right, with all that being said, let's get centered. So find a comfortable seat, and you can sit on a block or a pillow, sit on the heels or sit cross-legged. It doesn't matter, but I want you to be comfortable so that you can really tune into the breath without thinking too much about physical sensation. And so once you find that seat, just notice without changing anything where your posture is. Right, so the shoulders might tend to hunch over. That's definitely the truth for me. You might just kind of like drop your chin with the shoulders forward. You might not have any awareness of your legs or your pelvis. So just pay attention to your natural tendency in a seat, and then we're going to kind of like make this big and tall. So for me, I'm going to press my shins down and squeeze my inner thighs together, and then use that rooting action to get taller in the spine. So there's going to be a natural kind of lift in the chest as I root down through the legs, and then I'll start to send my shoulder heads back so that I almost feel like there's this kind of stacking sensation with the head right over the base of the spine. And then notice what you're doing with the arms. Have some intention there. Can you take a mudra that makes sense to you? It could be, receptivity, palms face up. You could ground, palms face down, or peace fingers into the mat. And then soften the face completely. Relax the jaw. Make a little more space between the eyebrows. And then notice how that awareness of just a simple sitting posture can kind of change the way you relate to your environment and your mind. And then from here, we're going to watch the breath a little bit and then get into some Kapalabhati breathing. If you're pregnant, I would skip that and just practice watching the breath as it is naturally. Also, if you just are kind of got a cold and your nose is all stuffed up and you can't do a lot of inhale and exhale out the nose, then I would also just do some easy breath. But really, in simple words, Kapalabhati is this snapping in of the navel so that you're forcing an exhalation. So it's like this. And then your inhalation just happens on its own completely naturally. So without any effort at all, the lungs re-expand. For like the first year that I practiced this, kept my hand at my navel so that I could be aware of exactly what was going on there in the abdomen. Because sometimes we tend to like really recruit a little bit too much, like a little bit more than what we necessarily need to get that Uddiyana Bandha snapping sensation to create the exhale. So if you wanna use that hand, that palm, go for it. Take the hand to the navel, and then we'll come back with eyes closed or the gaze really soft, and we'll start to lengthen out the inhalations. And we'll smooth out the breath as we start to um, kind of prepare the breath so that it is something that we want the mind to rest on, to focus on. We want the mind to follow the breath's lead. Do a couple more of those longer, symmetrical breaths. And then we're going to start with 25 Kapalabhati. Do not worry about it. The pace, just go as slow or as fast as makes sense for you. I'm going to kind of go at my own pace, and then you can follow that or follow your own. So drop the breath wherever you are. Inhale, fill up. Soften the breath out the mouth. Inhale halfway. We got 25, go. Exhale completely. We'll find Treta Bandha, so the navel lifts, the pelvic floor lifts, and then Jalandhara Bandha, the chin drops towards the chest, and there's this kind of lifting action from our lower half, and then our Jalandhara Bandha serves as a net to kind of capture the prana, the life force, the energy, whatever you want to call it, here at the heart. When you can't hold any longer, just soften and allow the inhale to happen naturally. Take an easy breath. Inhale through the nose, out the mouth. Inhale halfway. 50 Kapalabhati, go. Notice the tendency for the shoulders to creep up towards the ears. Can you stay soft there? About 15 more. Empty. Find your locks. Release the locks first, then inhale. Let it go. We got one more round, then we'll start to move. Inhale through the nose. Soften that breath out the mouth. Inhale halfway. 75, go. If you feel like you're really comfortable with your pace, try speeding it up a little bit and then slowing it down for 10 and then going back up for 10 and just kind of see what happens there. We're all going to start to feel some fire at the abdominal center, the navel center. We're almost there. We got 10 more. Treta Bandha, pelvic floor up, navel up, chin to chest. Take your time. When you cannot hold it anymore, allow the inhale back. And then keep the eyes closed. Find Ujjayi breath in and out the nose. and watch what's shifted already. On a physiologic level, we are hyperoxygenating the brain. On an energetic level, there's purification here in these channels of prana or life force. And the bandhas function as a form of restraint, as a way to kind of lock in the energy, to capture and contain the energy in the torso. And it's our choice where we bring awareness. It can stay there at the navel center if we're looking to access power, if we're looking for heart opening or tapping into that like intuition that lies at the heart, then the awareness settles at the heart. Slowly start to open the eyes. We'll climb up to a tabletop, plant the hands underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers wide. And then we'll just start with some little push-ups here in the wrist since we're going to be on our hands today. So I'm going to press my metacarpals down into the mat so that the heel of my hand lifts up. And then I lower back down with control. And then I press and lift and then lower down, lift and lower. And then you can start to pick up the pace for the next 10. Notice if you're like just kind of soft in the fingers, can you really push down even through the thumb? Do more. Release. Walk the hands, keep the hands where they are, but spin the fingers in towards the midline and then almost as far back as you can get them so that they could maybe face the middle of your mat or closer towards the knees. And then I want you to push down through the knuckle of the pointer finger, push down through the lateral edge of the hand, push down through the thumb. And then maybe you just kind of like sway side to side and just see what's turning on here. And then swing it around other way. Fingertips point directly towards the fingers, but notice that you actually should be able to have enough space here to spin the fingers out laterally and back. And again, I'm just really playing with engaging my fingers and then the lateral edges of the palm. And then we'll take our fists down into the mat, and my knuckles here are going to be pressing down, and I'm going to play with radial and ulnar deviation here in the hands. So I'm going to tilt forward so that the thumbs press down, and then I'm going to rock back onto the knuckles, and then drop my forearms down, and then lift the pinky edge of the hand. And then I'm still pressing down a lot so that my arms are fired, my forearms are fired. I press the inner edge of my hand down, and then I come back up onto the knuckles, and then I press my thumb back down. And everything is super engaged. Lift, return the fist, thumbs press, back to knuckles, forearms down, pinkies lift. Do that 2 more times. You might feel like there's a little bit more fluidity in the movement and it's a little less choppy. Back up to the knuckles. Good job. Now from here, open your hands and then just take this like little push up here so that the elbows point out laterally. And then make a fist and then open and then make a fist and then press up back to the knuckle and then drop back towards the back of the hand and then open big like jazz hands and then bend the elbows a lot. Make your fist push back up to the knuckles. We got one more. Drop the back of the hand down, open up, bend the elbows, press the backs of the fingers into the mat, come back up to the fists, and then we're done. Shake it out. Good job. All right, now we'll come back to tabletop and take 5 cat-cows. I'll let you decide what kind of variation you take here today. But we'll start by finding extension in the spine with an inhale. And then exhale, push the palms into the mat, chin to chest. And then inhale, find the expansion. And then exhale, push. Inhale, open up. And then exhale, push. One more. Come back to neutral. We're going to switch up the breath this time so that when we inhale, we're actually going into this curved concave shape in the spine. So inhale, protract the shoulders a lot, like you're in a handstand. Take the chin towards the chest and fill up the back of the rib cage with your breath. And then on the exhale, belly down, chest lifts. Inhale, push palms down, protract shoulders, chin to chest. Exhale, find the expansion. Two more. Use the breath to become more aware of what's going on in the upper back. Good job, guys. Let that go for a second. Spread the fingers wide again. Root the left shin down. Inhale, extend the right leg back behind you. Look backwards. Make sure that the right toes point towards the floor. Then press palms down. Thumb squeeze in towards midline. Shoulders draw back away from the ears. And then on the exhale, take the right leg out to the right. Try to keep the pelvis level. See what happens here. For 3, 2. All right, you're still going to stay engaged. Just come up onto left fingertips. And then reach the left arm towards the left top corner of the mat and reach the right leg back so that you're almost making like this X shape of the left arm all the way through the torso to the right foot. And then release the left hand down. Kick the right toes forward a little more and then lower back down. Shimmy side to side, other side now. Inhale, extends the left leg back behind you. Check how internally rotated are you with the left leg. Then from there, get your shoulders ready. Forearm squeeze in, inner shoulders move back away from the ears. Take the left leg out laterally. Try to stabilize the pelvis here. Use the core for stability. And then walk the right fingertips forward. Reach the right arm so that the hand finds the top right corner of the mat. And then reach, get really long. Feel how the arm and the leg connect. Return the right hand back to the floor and then send the left toes forward even more. Say hello to your outer hip. And then exhale, return. Good job. Hips back towards the heels just for a breath. Shift it on up, back to tabletop. Inhale, extends the right leg forward or back. And then exhale, knee to nose. Cross the right thigh in front of the left and then send the pelvis back so you're in this like cross-legged, it's like a child's pose in Gomukhasana. And then come back forward. Extend the right leg back behind and return right knee back to where it was. The other side, inhale, extends the left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose, find the core, find the protraction in the shoulders, cross the left thigh in front of the right, Gomukhasana legs, forward fold, and then come back up, knee forward, extend, and then return. All right, here we go. Take a look at my elbows. This is important. I'm going to send my elbows out to the sides. This is for effect. This is not what we want. I want the elbows wrapping in nice and tight like this. So when my elbows wrap in tight like this, the back of my shoulder helps to stabilize what's going on. So we're setting up for turbo dog. Take the elbows out wide and then wrap them in tight. So the elbow crease points towards either the top opposing corner of the mat or almost forward. The biceps should turn on. Feel the back of the shoulders turn on by taking the shoulder blades down the back. Keep that. Tuck the toes under. Straighten the knees, but hover the elbows. For 3. Breathe fully. 2. One more. Press it back, downward facing dog. Good job. On the next inhale, lift heels, bend knees, look forward, slowly step forward to the top of the mat. Give your poor little wrists and hands a break. Bend the knees a lot so that you can rest the chest on the thighs. You can grab opposite elbow. Some people interlace fingers at the nape of the neck. But experiment with what's still holding on subconsciously. Can you soften there? Keep that heaviness in the upper body, but release whatever bind you have, and then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And then we meet standing tall. And just notice, once you've got stability here, notice all the fire at the forearms and the palms and the fingertips. This kind of newfound awareness of this part of the body and what that represents. This is where the potential lies. This is how we see the world. We move forward, we reach forward for things. Can we kind of let go of that constantly forward moving action and just consider where we are as pure potential? And then I'll just ask that instead of setting an intention today, we just accept exactly what is here. There is nothing that needs to change. You don't have to add anything to yourself. You are perfect. Keep that idea with you. Inhale through the nose. Out the mouth, let it go. Next inhale opens the eyes, reach the arms up overhead, look up towards the palms. Exhale, fold forward completely. Maybe keep a little bend in the knees to begin and release the low back. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold, plant the hands underneath the shoulders, spread fingers wide, step it back to plank. Inhale here, press the heels back, traction the toes forward, and then exhale, lower knees, chest and chin to the mat. Keep the elbows wrapping in. Take the tailbone, start to move it forward as you curl the spine so that the pelvis lands and the chest lifts. Head is the last thing up. Little cobra here. And then exhale, lower back down. Do that again. Press the palms down. This time, think about the power that you have just by pushing into the palms and pulling forward. And then exhale, come back down. Tuck the toes, hands by ribs, elbows squeeze in, press right up into plank. Downward facing dog on the exhale, hips up and back. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels to the right. Bend the knees and press the hips back. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, heels to the left. Bend knees, get long in the right side. Use the breath to explore the intercostals. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, root back down. Next inhale. Let's lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward, and then slowly step to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Use the backs of the legs. Inhale, we rise, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, palms press, heart center. Samasthiti. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back to plank again. You can stick with knees, chest, chin, or you can lower chaturanga, low push-up, elbows in by the ribs. Find this back of the shoulder like we did in Turbo Dog. If you took chaturanga, it's upward facing dog with straight arms and legs. And then on the exhale, pelvis leads, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big breath here. Out the nose. On the next inhale, send the right leg up and back. Now, externally rotate at right hip and flex right foot. Start to send the right toes forward like we did in tabletop. So I make this L shape in my legs. Option one, I stay. Option 2, I come up onto right fingertips. Option 3, right knee into the chest. Option 4, peace fingers grab the big toe. Option 5, a lot of options, you get the point. You extend the right leg out with a bind. Keep pushing through the left palm like we played with before. That's your stability. And then if you took it out, slowly release, downward facing dog. Outer hip wakes up little by little. Other side, inhale, sends the left leg up and back. Externally rotate left hip, send left toes forward. Fire up both, so even your right outer hip is working here. Stay or shift up onto left fingertips. Stay or hug left knee into left rib cage. Stay or peace fingers hug big toe. Stay or extend left leg out to the left for 3. Find the power in the right palm. Watch it move through the back of the arm to the back of the shoulder to the core. Last one. Slow motion. Left hand returns. Right foot finds the mat. On the next inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Step or float to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise. Reach the arms up. Exhale, release, palms press, heart center. Samasthiti. Toe heel, the feet together. Inhale, hips down, arms up, chair pose. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, step or float back. Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. All right, on the next inhale, send the right leg up and back. Externally rotate the right hip, send the right toes forward. Stay or hug the knee into the chest. Maybe this time you catch the big toe. We're doing it again. But this time, we're all going to step the right foot forward towards the top of the mat. Yep, keep the bind for a second. Check the left heel. Make sure it's stacked over the left toes. Left hand underneath left shoulder. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Easy twist. And exhale, look down. Both hands reach back. Power lunge for 3. Thumbs point out laterally, so my chest gets wider. My torso's at 45 degrees. My right hip swings back towards my left heel. One more breath here. Good. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Right hand catches left wrist, draws left wrist towards right. Find some length in the left side body, the left hip. For 2, the front of the left hip, I should say. Last one. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands. See if you can pick the foot up in vinyasa. We move on to the other side. Next inhale sends the left leg up. On the exhale, left toes forward. Push weight into the right palm. Left knee into the rib cage if you're going for the bind. Extend the left leg out. How slowly can you step the left foot forward? Meet me in easy twist. Right palm presses, left arm reaches up. Look down, power lunge. Thumbs out, navel in. How strong is the back leg? Imagine like you're going to use that back leg to propel you forward. For 3. Inhale, reach the arms up. Left hand catches right wrist, pulls right wrist towards the left. Keep the pelvis neutral, so you should be feeling some lengthening of the front of the hip, the psoas there at the right hip. One more here. On the next inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, plant the hands. Pick the foot up, don't drag it. Vinyasa. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Okay, here we go. On the next inhale, let's send the right leg up and back. On the exhale, knee to nose. Step the right foot between the hands. Spin the left heel down. Inhale, rise up, find warrior 1. Gaze follows the thumbs. Listen carefully. Left hand plants, right arm reaches up. Flip your dog. Right foot finds the floor behind you. Lift the hips. Reach the right arm forward towards the front of the mat. Okay, then we're going to flip it. Right hand plants underneath right shoulder. Kick the right foot to the left. Inhale, reaches the left arm up. As you bend the left knee, send the hips back. And then exhale, left hand reaches forward. All right, see if you can't pick that right foot up and then cross the right ankle at the left lower thigh and then press the right thigh away. Find the power in your right palm. Think turbo dog. Find the back of the shoulder. Left hand returns, right leg lifts. Do this again. Right knee kicks towards left tricep. Kick the foot towards the left. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, lower the pelvis down. Slowly start to bring the sole of the right foot to the left inner thigh. Right palm plants. Inhale, lift the hips up high, this little gate pose. Exhale, return. Now look towards the front of your mat. Find a little twist and then just press it up, three-legged dog. Exhale, downward facing. Other side on the next inhale, send the left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the left foot between the hands, spin the right heel down, rise up, warrior one, strong right leg, left knee stacks over left ankle. Exhale, look down, right hand plants, flip your dog. Left foot finds the mat behind you, reach the arms up. Exhale, left hand down, kick it across, left knee moves towards the right, left foot finds the floor, bend the right knee, inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, reach the right arm forward. Slowly start to pick the left foot up off the floor, left ankle to lower right thigh, flex the left toes as you reach, and then slowly send the left leg up. Kick it across, left knee, right tricep, straighten the knee. This time we lower the butt down. We're finding another little Janu Shirshasana in the legs. Sole of left foot to right inner thigh. Left palm grounds behind you. Inhale, lift the hips up and reach forward. Exhale, lower back down. Look to the front of the mat. Three-legged dog. Right toes plant. Left leg lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. Next inhale, lift the heels. Bend the knees. Look forward. Step or float. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Toe heel the feet together, hips down, arms up. Stay low. Let's reach the arms forward and send the hips back a little more. Plug the shoulder heads back for 2. Exhale, fold forward. Toe heel the feet about halfway. Inhale, lift. Slowly ground the right foot as the left foot hovers. Start to send the left foot back, back, back towards the back of the mat. And then from here, we'll lower the left knee down, untuck the left toes. Inhale, reach the arms up, asana. So the right foot grounds, the left hip pulls forward for 3, 2. Okay, half Hanumanasana. Left knee moves back a couple inches, right toes point directly up towards the ceiling. Flex the right ankle and then pull up on the right thigh. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Instead of being soft in this one, I want you to ground the right heel and almost like traction it back. For 2. Okay, take a little halfway lift. We're coming back forward into Kapiyasana. So sole of right foot finds the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, press the palms together, heart center. If this is enough, stay right here, but be really active in the right leg. Otherwise, left knee hovers. Keep the shoulders over the pelvis for 3. My back toes are untucked. That's what makes this really hard. You got to soften the face. If it helps to smile, do it. Last one. Okay, slow motion. Bring the left knee down. Plant the hands. Tuck the left toes under. Send the right leg up and back. Three-legged dog. This time, bend the right knee, stack the hips, roll it open. Take a hip circle or 2. Some people bind here if you want that. Left fingertips move back, back, back. And then maybe left hand catches the right foot. You kick right foot into hand. Woo. All right, slowly. I'm going to step my right foot forward towards the top of the mat. Keep the left heel stacked over the left toes. Inhale, rise up, crescent lunge. Exhale, press the palms together, heart center. Lower the left knee to hover for 3. Squeeze the feet together. Keep the pelvis neutral for 2. We got one more. Beautiful. Left hand down, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Look down. We're going to find Skandasana at the back of the mat. So hands or no hands, my left toes point out 45 degrees. My left knee bends, my right leg straightens. You could stay high. You could drop in low, hips to left heel. Maybe left forearm down, right arm up. Last one. Okay. I'm going to spin it around to face the back of the mat. Left toes point directly towards the back. All right, from here, pick the left foot up, send the left leg up, and then send the left foot to the outside of the right hand. Toe heel the left foot in so that my left tricep can press back into my left leg. From there, lift the left heel, stay, or lift the left foot, stay, or fire up the left leg and maybe drop in to Kundinyasana B, supported with the elbows as a shelf. And then inhale, sends the left leg up and back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the left foot between the hands, ground the right heel. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. All right. I think this is our first warrior two. So go ahead and just check. My toes point forward. My left knee stacks over my left ankle. My arms are out to a T. My tendency is to reach forward. Remember, watch that tendency to keep moving forward. Bring the shoulders back over the pelvis and get taller. Next inhale, straightens the left knee. Turn the left toes in. And then turn the heels in. Drop the seat and find goddess pose. I'm going to reach my arms to cactus, and I'm just going to get comfortable here, as comfortable as I can get. And then we're going to press the balls of the feet down and lift the heels and do Kapalabhati again. It's just 20, so the navel snapping in to create the exhale. The inhale happens on its own. 20, go. Release. Good job. Toes in now. Heels out. Inhale, lengthen. Press the pelvis forward. Lift the chest. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. And just create like this really long spine. From here, we're going to play. If you know where you're going and you want to press upside down, obviously, go for it. Don't wait for me. Otherwise, I want you to think about pushing the palms into the mat, that action of protraction in the shoulders, and then starting to lift the heels. And you might do one at a time and just kind of see how that feels. Maybe it's both heels. Come back down. We're going to lift the right leg up a little bit for 3. So my right foot is like a couple inches off the floor for 2. 1, lower back down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, go a little deeper. That was just a little kind of test run here. Drop the head, relax the neck. Uddiyana Bandha pulls you a little deeper into the fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to hips, elbows squeeze in. Inhale, rise all the way up. Right toes point forward. Bend the right knee. Reach the arms out to a T. Flip the right palm. Inhale, reach up and back. Reverse warrior. Come back up, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands to frame the right foot. Pick the right leg up. Lower the elbows to the mat. 3-legged dolphin. Hang here or hop the left toes in towards the elbows. Hang or take little hops. Some of us might catch some air. Don't freak out if you do. For 3. For 2. For 1, meet me in down dog or shoot the heart forward for vinyasa. Good job. All right. On the next inhale, heels up, knees bend, look forward, step or float. Halfway. Exhale, fold. Toe heel the feet together, hips down, arms up, chair. Exhale, interlace fingers behind the back, press the palms together. Inhale, broaden the chest. Exhale, torso to thighs. Stay or lift the heels for 3. The feet have to be together if you're lifting the heels. For 2, squeeze the inner thighs together, lift the navel. Let it go, fold forward. Halfway lift. Plug the left foot down, send the right foot to the back of the mat. Right toes land, right knee lowers, untuck the right toes. Inhale, reach the arms up, Kapyasana. Press the left hip forward, pull the left foot back. Press the right hip forward, left foot back. As you reach, the shoulders want to come along for the ride. Can you soften there? And use the breath to explore what's happening inside. It's your choice. It can be a physiologic level. It can be an energetic level, emotional. Release, hands down, fingertips press. Send the right knee back a couple inches so you have space for half Hanumanasana. Ground the left heel. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold over the left thigh. Press the left heel down, pull it back. Feel the left hamstring get stronger. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot finds the floor. You know where we're going. Untuck the back toes. Inhale, reach the arms up, back to Kapyasana. If you're with me, exhale, press the palms together, heart center. Keep the back toes untucked. Lift the knee for 3, for 2. Last one. Lower right knee down, tuck right toes, plant hands, send left leg up and back, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, stack the hips, roll it open. Take a hip circle or 2, or maybe take the bind, ground the left palm, be really strong through the fingers. Maybe come up onto right fingertips, maybe right hand catches left foot, and you kick foot into hand. Slowly, we'll release that. We'll send the left knee towards the nose. We'll step the left foot in between the hands, and we'll reach the arms up, crescent lunge. Exhale, press the palms together, heart center. Lower the right knee to hover an inch for 3. Watch the resistance in the mind, and then just let it go. Watch the nervous system try to trick you, and show it that you have more power over it than it believes. Okay, release. Right palm down, left arm up, easy twist. Exhale, look down, hands walk along the right long edge of the mat, right toes turn out, right knee bends, left leg straightens, Skandasana, hips high, or they move low. Maybe forearm down, left arm up if hips are low. For 2. Last one. Look down, spin to face the back of the mat, ground the palms, send the right leg up and back, 3-leg. Exhale, right foot to the outside of right hand. Toe heel the foot in as much as you need to. Squeeze the right arm into the right leg and the right leg back into the arm. Stay or lift the heel. Stay or lift the foot. A lot of core. Stay or drop in. Wrap the elbows in and lift the left leg. For 2. Can you keep the shoulders up in line with the elbows? Send the right leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Step the right foot between the hands. Ground the left heel. Bring it up. Warrior 2. Check alignment here. This one is a little bit easier than some of the other standing poses to kind of forget about because there's so much going on. One more. Next inhale, straightens the right knee. Turn the toes in, then the heels in. Drop in to goddess pose. Reach the arms forward and palms face up. Close the eyes and receive. Stay soft in the face. And just keep awareness there at that space just beyond the palms. A sensation outside of the body. One more. Slowly stand up, toes in, heels out, hands to hips. Lift the chest, strong legs. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift, hands plant underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide like you're going to go into a handstand. And then just start to play with lifting the heels and pushing into the palms and finding the protraction. Come back down. Let me just show you really quick what I mean. This is retraction. We don't want this. This is protraction. Retraction, push, push, push. That's the key to pressing upside down. Well, one of them. So I'm going to plant my hands, and then maybe I start to lift my left heel for 3, for 2, for 1. Lower left toes. This time you can walk the fingertips through. You can take any arm variation that feels good. Hands underneath shoulders. Get long in the spine. Exhale, hands to hips, elbows in. Inhale, we rise all the way up. Look forward. Find your warrior 2. Reach the arms out to a T. Flip the left palm. Reach up and back, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to frame the left foot. Send it up and back, 3-legged dog. You know you get to choose where you go. Think turbo dog if you're coming down to the elbows. Lower and wrap the elbows in. Then hop the right toes in. Then play with kicking up. Think about your exit strategy. Look forward. Vinyasa, skip it. Doesn't matter. Do what you need. Now we're facing dog. Go ahead and walk the hands back towards the feet. Toe heel feet hip width distance apart. Peace fingers hook big toes. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over the thighs. Draw the inner shoulders back away from the ears. And see what you can let go of in the neck. Halfway lift, inhale. Okay, listen carefully. Ground the left foot. Pick the right foot up to hover. Stay, or start to swing the right leg out to the side. Maybe it goes all the way for 3. Draw the navel in for 2. Set your gaze for 1. Bring it back down to hover before you release and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Other side, right foot grounds, micro bend in the right knee, hover the left foot. Stay or take it out laterally. Go a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more for 3, 2. Bring it back. Slow. Hover first, then lower, fold. Okay, halfway lift. We got to get to the top of the mat. And we're going to do so with these kind of elephant walks. So it's very similar to what we just did. We're going to fire up the outer hip to move forward. I'm going to plant my hands and I'm going to push weight into my palms and try to lift my heels. Then I'm going to send my right foot out to the right and forward. You see where I'm going with this? Maybe you press and then come back down. Walk the hands forward. Maybe you need a little more room. Maybe you need a little bend in the knees to make space with the hip flexors or the hamstrings. That's totally fine. Ground the palms, come up onto the toes, pick the left leg up, bring it out laterally, and then press the left toes forward. Maybe you get a little air. Come back down. Walk the hands forward. Same idea. Press into palms, lift the heels. Right leg lifts, toes forward, hover, come back down. Walk hands. Maybe this time, left toes forward, you press and hold. It's a little cheat way to get up into press. This is how I learned it. One more. Okay, doesn't really matter. Lower the feet. Fold. Let's take a little Padahastasana. Slide the hands underneath the feet so the toes find the wrist crease. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Let it go. If you want this one to be passive, be supported. That was a lot. For 2. Let it go. Okay. Come down. Shake everything out. Take a seat. And I'm sweating, and I usually don't sweat. Um, so we're gonna meditate and breathe together first. So if you want to sit on a block, grab your block and take a seat. I'm going to. We're gonna do a pranayama with Kapalabhati. We're going to do alternate nostril breathing with Kapalabhati, which can actually get kind of intense. So if any of this breath work is new to you, I would just stick with maybe just stick with alternate nostril breathing only today, or stick with kind of natural breath and just focusing on sensation of natural breath and just keeping it smooth. Okay, so to set up for this pranayama, we're going to start with Kapalabhati breath. So it's just like we began class with. We're only going to do 18 rounds. Once we finish that, it's Treta Bandha, just like we did at the start of class, where the pelvic floor lifts, the navel lifts, and then the chin drops towards the chest. Energy draws up, face stays soft. Then once we finish that, until we cannot hold breath anymore, without straining, we're going to take the ring finger of the right hand and use that to close off the left nostril. We'll inhale through the right. We'll close both. Lift the chest and bring awareness to navel. Then exhale out the left. Inhale left. Hold. Exhale right. Release. Back to Treta Bandha. This is probably the most challenging part. You're lifting. And then when you feel like you cannot hold anymore without straining, you release the locks first. And then you inhale. And then you feel why we do this work. So no matter what variation you're taking, close the eyes or soften the gaze, and we'll sit up nice and tall. And we'll inhale together through the nose. Release out the mouth. Inhale halfway. 18 Kapalabhati, go. Drop the chin, lift the pelvic floor, lift the navel. Release the locks. Close off the left nostril, inhale the right. Take in a little more air. Close off both nostrils just below the nasal bridge. Keep the chest lifting, collarbones broaden. Close the right, out the left. Inhale through the left. Fill up all the way. Close both. Bring awareness to navel center. Close left, exhale right. Drop the chin, lift the navel, lift the pelvic floor. Release the locks, inhale. Take a couple breaths to recenter. Now we're all moving at different breath capacities, so you don't have to stick with me. If you need to move on to the next portion of the breath without me, feel free. If you want to stay there longer, stay there longer. Drop the breath wherever you are. Inhale through the nose, out the mouth. Inhale halfway. 18, go. Drop the chin. Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha. Close off the left, inhale right. Close both. Drop the chin. Lift the chest. Close right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close both. Broaden the collarbones and then feel this sense of empowerment at the navel center. Close left, exhale right. Hold it all out. Jalandhara Bandha engages navel up and in, pelvic floor up. You'll release the locks first, then inhale. And we'll just take a couple of breaths here, noticing what's awakened. Maybe your awareness of the subtle energetic body starts to expand. And if you are kind of onto something, or if you want to keep practicing that pranayama, continue to play with that technique. Otherwise, I'm also going to show what I want to do upside down with pressing. So we did a little bit of this already with the hands down and kind of pressing one ball of one foot down and then lifting the other leg up and then driving those toes forward. And that's kind of giving you your momentum to press. If you don't like that, that's cool. You can set up blocks or books, or like I said, you could use your couch. And just make sure you kind of have a sense of how you're going to fall out that way. Just turn a hand and cartwheel out. I'll show you. But I'm going to get my hips elevated so that it's easier for them to stack over my shoulders. Then I'm going to plant my hands and start to lean into them. And then from there, it automatically, like the weight shift to get the pelvis over the shoulders is a lot easier. My shoulders definitely move past my wrists. And then from there, I lift up. If I go too far, I turn one hand and I spin out. It's a cartwheel. That's it. Simple enough, right? So I'll show you what that looks like from the side too. So my blocks are here. I step up, I get my hips elevated, I give myself some room to put my hands on the floor, and then I lean forward into my hands, and then my heels lift, and then I press. And then you just hang there. So give that a try a couple times. And if you don't need the blocks, you want to try without the blocks, I would focus on the protraction, definitely in the shoulders, and then the flick of the pelvis is really what sends you over. And that's something you've got to kind of figure out on your own. It's an experimental kind of movement that is like it's this neurological kind of connection to your lower abdomen that kind of figures it out on its own with lots and lots of practice. So that's kind of how you eventually get there to the press, is that final little flick of the pelvis. I'll try to over exaggerate it so I can show you what I mean. So I lean forward, then I pop my pelvis back. So my tailbone moves back in space. That's how I get there. Make sense, kind of? No, I know. That's why you have to figure it out for yourself. All right, forget about what you're doing right now, and let's make our way to the top of the mat. Let's forget about what we just did. It's all just kind of experimental and fun and playful, and let's tap back into that energy that we were just in the pranayama. And back in Tadasana, or Samastitihi, the palms really become alive. And we rest back in our potential. And we forget about movement and shapes, because honestly, that's just gymnastics. And we let go of where we're moving in career or relationship. And we rest in the essence of our own being. And limitless potential. When we understand how to use our power, our intuition, our heart, our navel center. Press the palms together and inhale, open the eyes, reach the arms up. Exhale, take a fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen out there. Exhale, toe heel the feet together. Drop the hips, reach the arms up. Chair pose. Let's press the palms together and ground the right foot. Inhale, send the left knee up and into the chest. Cross the left thigh over the right. Once you can double wrap the legs, the left arm will reach underneath the right, and then you'll drop the pelvis. The elbows will move up. The hands move away from the head. Keep the ribs hugging in as the shoulders start to shift back. And then, like we did in cat-cow, the inhale explores the space in the upper back. Keep the arms, bring the left knee into the chest, find warrior three, left leg extends back, but there's a bind, eagle bind in the arms. Bend the right knee a little more so you're in this jaguar shape. Allow the heat to build. Very subtly send the right hip back away from the right shoulder. One more breath here. Lower, left toes down, left heel down. Inhale, reaches the arms up in this bind. And exhale, drop the shoulders to the inside of the right knee for two. Get a little longer for one. Slowly rise up, reach the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release left hand down underneath left shoulder, reach right arm up, spin onto the outer edges of the feet this time, drop the left hip, reach the right arm back. You should feel this kind of opening in the outer hips. And then inhale, reach the right arm up and forward. Reach the right arm forward and then trace like a rainbow above you and back. So the right fingertips start to point back. And then we're going to stand up in this revolve crescent lunge for a little more. Right hand to the outside of left thigh. Left arm reaches up and back. And then exhale, left elbow to the outside of right thigh. Of course, you can start with knee down. The palms will press, the right elbow points up. Maybe the gaze shifts up. If the back leg is up, it is super straight. We got one more breath here. Slowly use your arms. We're going to open up big into warrior two. Big, big, big opening. Flip the right palm once you get there. Reach up and back, reverse warrior, and straighten the right knee. Take it all out of the hip. Use the strength in the right side body. Inhale, rise up with the torso, press the palms together, spin the left heel in, drop the hips towards the left heel. Again, you can stay high in the hips or you can go all the way down. If you want to bind, take a bind, Skandasana. We're moving our way into extended side angle. So you can do hands or no hands, but I'm going to reach my right toes forward, right hand down, left arm reaches forward, or right forearm to right thigh. Use the right thigh and the right tricep to spiral the left shoulder open. Keep the left pinkies pointing down. We're going to half moon, so if you want your block, slide it in front of the right foot. Here we go. I'm going to take my left hand and my left hip to kind of tighten up my center of gravity. And then I'm going to slide forward, although that didn't work very well, and stack my hips. I did hike 6 miles today, so my legs are a little wobbly, so bear with me here. I'm going to use my block because I'm shaky. And then reach the left arm up if that feels all right. And then if you want a little back bend, kick the left foot in, or the left ankle into the left hand. Chapasana for 2. Last one. Standing split, let that go. Maybe right hand grabs right shin, forehead moves to the shin. Hands can plant underneath the shoulders. You got a little chance for another handstand here. You can take little hops for 3. Keep the lifted leg super straight if you're taking your hops for 2. Remember, you can cartwheel out here by spinning the left hand. Last one. We're going to meet back in Kapiyasana a little deeper this time. So I'm going to let you choose what you do with the arms. You could do what we did before, reaching both arms up, or you could cross the wrists at the back of the thigh. I like also taking a strap or a belt and using that as some tension. I pull my hands away from each other and wrap my elbows in, and then use that engagement and that tension to lift my arms up and back. And you feel a little bit more connected to the strength on the back body when you do this. So you might give it a try. One more. Let it go. I know that right hip is talking to you. It's talking to me too. Send the hips back to half Hanumanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Okay, pick up the right foot. Take the right heel and land it over to the left long edge of the mat. Walk both hands to the right long edge of the mat, and then just experiment with pressing the back of the left arm into the outer right leg as you send the right hip back, and hopefully get a little release here for 2. Take the right heel, return it back to where it was. If you want full Hanumanasana, go for it. For 3, 2. Things are starting to slow down. This is a chance to slow the mind down with the movement, with the breath. I'm coming back to half Hanumanasana because I'm going to go into Vashisthasana side plank. So you can keep the left knee down or bring it up, or peace fingers can hook the big toe. It's up to you. I'm just going to go traditional today. Right foot to the back of the mat. Left arm reaches. 2. Tricky transition coming out. Can you spin onto the toes so the heels point up? Reach the right arm forward first, then bring the right hand down, then vinyasa. So we're not just kind of rushing our way out of there. All right, you can take 5 steps, 5 fire jumps to get to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, look forward. You got 5 breaths to travel to the top. My knees move into my chest as opposed to donkey kicking my butt like that. So knees in, tight to the chest. If you catch the air, lower slowly. We all meet in a forward fold. Halfway lift. Toe heel feet together, hips down, arms up. Exhale, press the palms together. Press weight into the left foot, lift the right knee up and into the chest. Cross the right thigh over the left once or twice. Right arm underneath the left once or twice. Drop the hips, reach the arms up, move the hands away, and then throw a little counter tension in there into the trapezius by broadening the collarbones. Keep the navel drawing in for 2. We're going to take this bound jaguar, uncross the legs, send the right leg back in space, bend the left knee, right toes point down, right foot is flexed for 3, 2. Keep reaching, arms forward, right toes land, right heel spins down. Inhale, bound arms reach up. Exhale, get long as you reach the arms forward. Strong back leg propels the crown of the head forward for 2. We're almost out of this hip. Last one. Inhale, rise up. Reach the arms up. Warrior 1. Slowly drop the right hand down. Reach the left arm up. Easy twist. Okay, spin onto the outer edges of the feet or stay in the twist. And get some length there in the side body. Slowly come back forward into like this lunge shape in the legs. Reach the left fingertips forward first. Then I'm going to reach my left arm up and back, and that's going to bring me up. The right arm reaches forward. Maybe left hand reaches for the outside of right thigh as right arm reaches up and back. And then, of course, you could drop the right knee first or go right into it. Right elbow to the outside of left thigh. Really strong back leg. If that knee is up, maybe the gaze shifts up for 2. Last one. Okay. Look down if you took the gaze up. Open up the arms big. Warrior two. Check the placement of the toes, the knee. Reach the arms long. Flip the left palm. Now we get it out of the hip there. Straighten the left knee. Reach back all the way. Enjoy the rest because we're going back into it. Spin the right heel in. Drop in. Skandasana. Maybe bind. Maybe hips high. If the hips are high, really focus on pressing the outer edges of the feet into the mat. Look forward. Maybe no hands. Extended side angle, forearm to thigh or hand to floor. Reach. Breathe. For two. I'm taking my right hand to my right hip. I'm reaching my left fingertips forward. I'm tractioning my left foot back in space so that I can reach forward with my left hand and find half moon. My right heel presses back. My right arm reaches up. Maybe there's a bind. I can catch the front of the ankle with my right hand and kick. Woo. For two. If you're on carpet, I feel your struggle. Last one. Standing split. Let that go. Both hands down. Right leg is strong. Square off the hips if you're taking your hops so the right toes point down. Plant the hands. Give yourself enough space to take the shoulders forward. And then from there, you lift up. For three. Two. One. Lower slow with control. And then lower right toes to the back of the mat. Copy asana, any variation. Take your strap if you used it on the other side and pull. Keep the tension nice and tight. And reach. One more. Press the left foot down. Pelvis moves up. Hips move back. Straighten the left leg. Reach the right hand for the outside of the left foot. Pick the left heel up and move it over to the right edge of the mat. Walk both hands over to the left edge of the mat. If you've been running a lot or hiking a lot more than normal, this is probably going to feel extra good, or maybe just a little more extreme. Last one. Take left heel, return it back in line with left hip. Stay in half Hanuman with this long spine, or lift the shoulders so they stack over the pelvis. Keep the right knee pressing down. Maybe press hands into blocks or floor if you're there. For two. Last one. Okay. Come back up to your half Hanumanasana and transition your way out to side plank Vashisthasana. Left foot to the back of the mat. Left arm reaches up for three. Press for two. Use the back of the shoulder. Reach the left arm forward. Spin the heels up. Then left hand returns. Lower all the way down to your belly. Let that go. Forehead down. Hands by hips. Big toes touch. Inhale, lift the shoulder heads. Press the pubic bone down. Lift it all up for three. Lift a little more for two. Come on, you can lift it up a little bit more. It's worth it, trust me. Release a cheek to the mat, close the eyes, and soften everything down. Every big joint is supported. Okay, interlace fingers behind back, press palms together. Reach the hands back, lift the legs, lift the chest. 3 big breaths. You know, the harder that you work here, the more beautiful the rest is going to be. Last one, inhale, lift. Other cheek finds the floor, soften down. Kind of shimmy the hips side to side. Walk the hands in underneath the shoulders. Press into upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Little kind of reset there. Bend the knees. Actually, let's stay here for a second. Send the right leg up and back. Let's do our back bends in pigeon. Since we've been doing all this outer hip work, uh, let's get a little release in pigeon. But before we drop into like a supported pigeon, I want you to think about being really active. So keep the shin in tight and then press the shin down so your right hip is elevated. If that still feels like way too much, you can always slide a pillow there. All right, from here, I'm going to bend my left knee, catch the inside of my foot. That's option 1. Option 2, maybe my fingers wrap over my toes and I find this little quad stretch. I'm still plugging my right femur bone back into my right hip. Option 3, elbow might find the left elbow crease. Maybe the right arm reaches up. Or you could do the king pigeon. You could flex the left foot a lot. That's your tray. This is your little waitress hand. You're going to reach the left hand for the outside of the foot. And then slowly wrap it up, up, up. And then reach your right hand back to catch your left. Ooh, and then you might catch your foot, you might not. You might have one arm reaching. I'm super tight from all the hiking. Last one. Let that go. You can stay in the back bends if they feel really good. You can slide the right shin forward if you want a little more. And you could walk the hands forward. Some people like to walk the hands over to the top left corner of the mat. Keep the right foot and toes flexed if your shin is at parallel. Slow the mind down with the movement. Walk the hands back in underneath the shoulders. Tuck the left toes. Send the right leg up and back. Take some hip circles. And then other side, left leg lifts. Left knee, left wrist. Keep the left shin in. Slide the right knee back. Support yourself. Notice what turns on as you pull the left thigh bone in. And then, like before, you can catch the foot with the hand and press that shin in towards the right thigh. You can slide the foot into the elbow crease. It's caught on my watch. Here we go. You can take the fingers over the toes, whatever works. You could sit back a little bit so you have a little support from the left hip. Flex your right foot. Reach for the outside of the foot with your tray. Spin your right elbow out laterally and then up. And then you find your back bend. Elbows point in. Last one. You can let that go and fold. Or you can stay. Maybe the hands walk towards the top right corner of the mat. Walk the hands through center. Tuck the right toes. Send the left leg up and back. That's a nice release after all that work we just did. Then downward facing. Bend the knees, look forward, hop through to seated. And take a little butterfly shape here with the soles of the feet together. Almost open up the feet like a book. Inhale, lift the chest. Shoulder heads draw back. Don't lose that. Press the thighs down and back as you lean forward with a really long spine. You might even assist yourself with your elbows. Last one. Inhale, come back up. And we will start to make our way to our backs. Reach the arms forward, lower down. You have some time, like a few breaths to take any final movements that you need. I'll give you 10 breaths. You might take shoulder stand. I'm just going to take a supine twist, hugging my right knee in, extending my left leg long. And left hand to the outside of right thigh. Flex the foot there. Guide the right side of the left. Drop the right shoulder down. You can cactus the right arm and look back to the right. Preparing for that final rest. Bring the right knee back through center. Switch sides. If you're doing something unilateral, you might want to switch. Left knee hugs in. Right hand to the outside of left thigh. Guide it over. Drop the left shoulder. Look back to the left. Come back up through center. Happy baby. Soles of feet up towards the ceiling. Reach the hands for the outsides of the feet. Press the feet back into the hands. Be active here. Press the tailbone down. And then release. Take over your space. Tuck the shoulder blades under, palms face up, eyes closed. Notice the physical sensation here in the body. So maybe you can kind of feel this vibration in the muscle, the skin. Maybe it's beyond the skin. This layer of you that is not visible to the human eye. And you can rest there in that sensation. Or you might choose to just be present with this natural kind of effortless pulse of the breath. This is it. This is the heart of the practice. Not only are we becoming still, learning how to, be with the mind, but also going beyond the limitations of our five senses. Surrender into that space. Please feel free to stay here for another 10 or 15 minutes. If you are with me, we'll start to deepen the breath. Watching the air move in and out as if there were more space inside than before. You can bring back some movement into the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. And reach the arms up overhead. Draw the legs together. Take a long body stretch here. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Walk the feet in one at a time. Draw the knees into the chest. And however you'd like, make your way up to a comfortable seat. When we get there, we'll allow the wrist to drape over the knees and the palms to face up. It doesn't have to be any special mudra. I just want the air touching the palms. And awareness settling on that space. Our full potential resting. Right here where we have access to everything. Our purpose, our truth, it's all right here. We'll move through the rest of our day from this place knowing we have unlimited potential residing inside. Inhale through the nose, out the mouth. Press the palms together. Inhale, thumbs to the brow. Exhale, bow forward, sealing your practice. Namaste. Thank you.